Welcome back to part 2 of the OK Awards, our award show for the best of WWE in 2024. We handed out half of the awards yesterday, so we're ready to do it again today, as I'm still stuck wearing this awful suit. So with that, I'll turn it over to the SportsZu to get us started. And you still got to not wear a tie and wear that stupid backward hat of yours, so I don't want to hear it, Doc. Alright, our first category in part 2 of the first OK Award show is Male and Female Rookie of the Year. To be eligible, the superstar had to have their first match as a full-time Raw or SmackDown superstar in 2024. So the nominees for Male Rookie of the Year are Braun Breaker, Ilya Dragunov, Jacob Fatu, and Tama Tonga. And the OK goes to Braun Breaker. After taking the Rumble by storm, he immediately became a hot commodity, and although neither GM knew what to do with him at first, once he got in the ring, he just speared his way to success, racing out to a 15-7 singles record, and he's already a two-time and the current Intercontinental Champion. That'll do quite nicely for a rookie campaign, and the dogs will be barking for an even better 2025. And the nominees for Female Rookie of the Year are Elektra Lopez, Jade Cargill, Lyra Valkyria, and Tiffany Stratton. And the winner is Jade Cargill. And she also debuted at the Royal Rumble, and that's nearly the only match that she lost, going 20-5 in all matches, which is the best of anyone not named Cody Rhodes. That includes a perfect 13-0 record in traditional tags. While Fire and Dawn snuck in there to steal one tag team win, that just means that Jade's already a two-time women's tag team champion, and when she returns from injury, I'm sure a Category 5 storm will be brewing. Well, too bad she's too injured to come and accept this award in person, but let's hope that she gets back in the ring very soon. My first awards of the night are for the Love to Hate Male and Female Superstars of the Year. These are the superstars who are so good at being bad that you just can't help but to love to hate them. So the nominees for Male Love to Hate Superstar of the Year are Braun Breaker, Dominic Mysterio, Finn Balor, and Gunther. And the winner is Dirty Dominic Mysterio. This guy. He had Rhea Ripley, now he has Liv Morgan, and he has all the chicken tendies that he wants. Life is good for this guy, but how? He turns on and belittles his father any chance he gets. He has a horrific trash stash and mullet, and worst of all, he can't win any matches. In fact, he went 8-22 in 2024 for a 27% winning percentage. How do the ladies love this guy? Truly a mystery of the universe. But as the boos in every arena can attest, it's very easy to love to hate Dom. And the nominees for Female Love to Hate Superstar of the Year are Candice LeRae, Chelsea Green, Liv Morgan, and Tiffany Stratton. And the winner is Daddy Dom's GF, Liv Morgan. Man. She really did take everything away from Rhea Ripley in the Liv Morgan Revenge Tour this year. She injured her twice, knocking her out of action for over 4 months total. And maybe even worse, she stole her man. Now, of course, we think Rhea's much better off without Dom, but to make matters worse, after her quick defense against Becky Lynch 2 days after winning the title, she only had 4 title defenses over the last 6 months of the year, and when she was in a match, you know that she was almost always going to cheat to win. So maybe she and Dom are made for each other after all, but that means they're both easy to love to hate. This is an awkward tone shift after that one. Let's reorder these awards next time, Doc. That said, Doc and I would like to take a moment to remember those we lost from the WWE in 2024 with our in memoriam, but not really. Okay, let's just roll the tape. Bobby Lashley, Ricochet, Samantha Irvin, Baron Corbin, Indy Hartwell, Tegan Knox, Cameron Grimes. That 1 month of Odyssey Jones, former champion Jinder Mahal, Veer and Sangha, Indus Sher, The Awesome Truth, again, Big E in the New Day, whatever Cedric Alexander and Ashanti the Adonis were supposed to do on SmackDown, Omos in anything other than something with the word royal in it, Pat McAfee's Dignity, Valhalla's Antlers, AJ Styles because he certainly can't return after that last injury, and, well, let's hope it's not true, but for now, Becky Lynch. Very sad, SportsZu. Very, very sad. Well, I'd like to get a jump on 2025 by saying that the very first in memoriam will be anyone acknowledging Roman Reigns after he loses on Monday Night Raw so that Solo Sikoa will remain your tribal chief. But I digress, so let's switch from sad to angry as our next category is Best Feud. The nominees are CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes versus the entire Bloodline, Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley, and Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes. And the winner is CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre because somehow, someway, Punk being unable to wrestle for 6 long months because Drew McIntyre injured him at the Royal Rumble only made this feud even better, as it had to simmer for a long time and then pop at certain moments, like when Punk helped to cost McIntyre the title he had just won 5 minutes earlier at WrestleMania, or when he threw on a ref's uniform and faked a count before kicking him in the groin, or when Punk ruined McIntyre's cash-in attempt just hours after McIntyre had won that briefcase. And when we finally got to the matches over a bracelet of all things, when CM Punk called himself the Taylor Swift of WWE, well, those matches surely paid off, including getting a very rare strap match and then culminating inside a cell at Bad Blood. The only appropriate way for it to end was for both men to spill pints of their own blood in a gruesomely beautiful massacre. And let's go from Best Feud to Best Premium Live Event of 2024. We are splitting up WrestleMania into 2 events instead of 1. So with that, here are the nominees. You could probably guess the first 2. WrestleMania Night 1, WrestleMania Night 2, Backlash, and SummerSlam. And the OK goes to WrestleMania Night 2. In part 1, we already awarded the men's match of the year to Reigns and Rhodes, finishing the story. That alone gives it a fighting chance to win this one, but that was far from the only thing that happened that night. In the semi-main event, we had the women's match of the year with Bayley defeating Io Sky, and the night even got started with Drew McIntyre winning the title and then getting cashed in on by Damian Priest just over 5 minutes later. And Logan Paul's win over then BFFs Kevin Owens and Randy Orton was pretty good as well. But when you finish the story in the best way possible, you've got to be the best PLE. Well, that's exactly how that category is supposed to go, so I just hope the Royal Rumble can earn its way back into that list next year. So for my final categories, let's join together for Best Group or Faction. The nominees are The Bloodline, Damage Control, The Judgment Day, and The Wyatt Six. And the OK goes to The Bloodline. And this is the lineal bloodline, so this includes Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, Solo Sikoa, and Paul Heyman through WrestleMania. And then once Solo took over, it includes Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Jacob Fatu. And since you know who's standing just a few feet away, I think saying less is more for this category. So good job to everyone in that category. And let's just see how the bloodline goes in 2025 as soon as Monday night. And for my own sake, I hope Solo wins just so we don't have to hear anything out of the dock. And my last one is Best Tag Team. The nominees are Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, DIY, The Judgment Day, and the Kabuki Warriors. And the winners are Jade and Bianca. Of course, all they do is win, and they are two-time women's tag team champions and an astounding 14-1 in all tag matches. They are so good that most teams have simply stopped trying, but credit to them for single-handedly willing the women's tag division to 5 PLE matches and 6 if you count the 6-woman tag at WrestleMania. And now, of course, we have Naomi just keeping the seat warm in anticipation of Jade's return, or at least that's what we hope is the case. So there you have it. That's it for me. What a crazy year it's been in WWE, and I can't wait to see what's in store for 2025. I'll hand it back to Doc to take it home with the 2 biggest awards. Doc, I mean, duh, right? That was the easiest one of the year. So thanks, SportsZu. I'll finish it out from here with our 2 biggest awards of the year, Female Superstar of the Year and Male Superstar of the Year. Not much else we need to say there, so let's get right to the nominations. So the nominees for Female Superstar of the Year are Bayley, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, and Nia Jax. And the OK goes to Liv Morgan. This is incredibly Liv's 3rd win of the show and 7th nomination. To say it was Liv's year would be an understatement. Sure, she had to injure her biggest rival twice to stay on top and made chasing Dom a bigger priority than winning matches. But when she finally stepped inside the squared circle, she was always 1 step ahead of her competition, ending the year with a 220-day and counting reign. She was one of just 2 women to reach double-digit one-on-one wins, ending at 10-4, and she was only behind Nia Jax, whom she defeated to become the first ever women's crown jewel champion. But while the Liv Morgan World Tour may hit a big speed bump on the Netflix premiere of Raw, there's no denying that the Revenge Tour was a huge success in 2024. And that takes us to our final OK, the Male Superstar of the Year, and the nominees are Cody Rhodes, Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, and Gunther. And the final OK goes to Cody Rhodes. This is his 3rd win and 4th nomination, though one of those wins was him being pummeled by the final boss. But was there any doubt about this one? Rhodes was nearly flawless in 2024 with a 16-1 one-on-one record and 21-3 overall record, which is 87.5%, and that is 12.5% higher than his closest male competitor with at least 10 matches, which is Gunther, who he also defeated to become the first male crown jewel champion. While he only had 7 title defenses in his ongoing 8-month reign, he missed only 1 signature event during that time, as he had to turn his attention to the bloodline several times. And while the Messy King is far from perfect, and most notably made an egregious error in turning his back on his former good friend Kevin Owens, when you finish the story and end a 1,316-day oppressive regime of the tyrant Roman Reigns, and to do so in the male match of the year, there is no doubt that we're all living in his American nightmare. And so that's a wrap for the first ever OKs and for WWE in 2024. But the story never really finishes in WWE, as there's no rest for the weary as we head into the Netflix premiere of Raw on Monday night, and then we hop onto the road to WrestleMania. But if you missed the start of this story, hop on back on the road to part 1 of the OK Awards right here. And here's to an even better 2025, and we'll put a bow on 2024 with a double OK.